The push further calendar makes a reappearance for inactive players. We're going to look a little bit more into the time frame of this. Players lost out on rewards with the AQ issues of last week. Kabam Respond to Mole Man true accuracy in frenzy situation. Another laggy weekend in the game it seems. What are Kabam planning to do about it? And arena results. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news show for Monday, the MCN. Got a lot of interesting topics to go over, as the opening did allude to. Also, I'm going to be doing today a follow-up video on the series of trying to get 2,000 plus units in 7 days, which has reached its climax, its finish, and there'll be the second video today, and also a data dissection video, and kind of like shorter video length version, which will be out tomorrow. Now, let's begin. Okay, so as you know, Mole Man was on the topic of discussion last week. It was a very old bug that had not been something Kabam had said about for a little while, so I think a lot of us were kind of like completely oblivious to it actually being something Kabam planned to fix down the line. And a lot of people have come out to the forum, different places, said their piece, and Kabam have sort of responded, but there's a better response that's going to be coming very, very soon. So Kabam Jack said, I know you wanted a response sooner, but we need to communicate through a lot of avenues behind the scenes, and until there are new developments, we don't have any information to share. That being said, we see how many of you care about the issue and have a good grasp for the level at which the passion exists. This is a major topic around which the community team will open a dialogue with the dev team. Does this mean we'll revert the changes? Not necessarily, but we'll communicate the sentiment from the player base and go from there. The process isn't as simple as don't flip that switch, and the change will still exist in 36.0. We'll use the thread to share meaningful developments that may take place. In the meantime, I recommend you keep all the conversation blah 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 blah. Right, always a very difficult thing between, there's people at Kabam, like the kind of community team will go, okay, this is what the community is saying, dev team, are you willing to change it? And there'll always be somebody that will be on top of the pecking order going, no, we've kind of like going this way. Well, we should do this, you know, this is good for the players. There's always kind of like, I can imagine with a lot of this is a rock and a hard place with what is best for the community. I mean, the difference is, you know, you can be a developer and go, this is the way we're going to go. But at the same time, there's a difference between, you know, making people that play the game happy and joyful and kind of going, okay, well, you know, this is good, we're enjoying ourselves, and really pissing people off. So always remember there's a fine line with that, with games developers. You know, they will take a strong line to go, no, we are not changing this, or we are changing this, and whether you like it or not. But yeah, we'll really have to see how this story unfolds. But hopefully more dialogue in the future. Up next, we got Dev Diaries. You can go and check out the Dev Diaries that are on the Marvel Contest Champions YouTube page. I must admit, Valkyrie looks incredibly impressive. She's got like some stun immunity. She's able to deal with champions that are unstoppable. She's able to purify debuffs. She's got a really cool combo meter building kind of ability. Lots of damage through the block. Handy against invade nodes. I really am very impressed with what Kabam have built with Valkyrie. I think out of the two, like out of Gorr and of Valkyrie, I think I prefer Valkyrie, and I am now really thinking considerably about saving up my 6-star shards for featured crystals when she goes into 6-star featured, as well as some of the other ones down the line, including what will be, I think, Quicksilver in the same one. Gorr, on the other hand, has this really kind of like cool debuff to buff ratio in that he can be able to go against buffed up nodes and also distract or whittle down, and I can't remember what the name of the other one is, but it's kind of like exactly the same as buffed up to a degree. But like, there's some good enough like ticks of damage. He's also able to, against auto blocking champions, being able to go unblockable. He's able to get the fury buffs, which a lot of cosmics do, and as well as like, you know, ability to like do a lot of damage. So yeah, it's just like any kind of like, it looks cool. Like, it's just a case of like Valkyrie has some like cool things about the kit. It's just nice to have something where you can stack all those debuffs. Look at all those poison debuffs. Like, it takes not a huge amount as others, but I'm sure that it's going to be like a fun champion in the rotation when you get him for the first time. Go and check out both those videos in the link in the description down below. Now on to issues and laggy of the weekend. Now, having a laggy weekend hasn't been great. It's sort of derailed a lot of my grind. I felt like I could get like a lot more units than I did. More on that in a video later on today. But I did feel like the lag just everywhere is just it does slow down things a lot. And I can't remember if we're on update 36.0, but it's looking like issues surrounding lag building over time encountered after 36.1. I'm just kind of confused a little bit with the kind of like times. Yeah, 36.0 update, which is the next update, and 36.1, which is kind of like, I don't know if it's going to be like a hot fix after. So we might be getting a hot fix in later July, I possibly want to say. But this is the stuff that Kabam have got to deal with. Suspension of the game results in input issues. Champions completing attacks after being interrupted by an SP3, ongoing investigations and improvements to dropping inputs during combos, investigation inconsistencies between mid-screen threshold and swiping, improving tools for identifying when issues occur mid-fight. Yeah, there's lots of stuff that still need to be kind of like dealt with the game, and it's just kind of, I think a lot of us are really noticing this stuff. I think more so now. I mean, it gets worse, you know, in December months and winter months when this game, you know, it's colder. People want to be inside a bit more, and kind of like playing. But people are also on holiday, and they might want to be like playing a little bit and kind of like noticing the stuff. It's just like it's a bit of a bugbear. I really hope Kabam will like sort this out sooner rather than later. But you know, this is now what, 1 year since we had the start of the input issues. So you'd really hope there should have been an end to this in sight just really quickly. But yeah, I don't know where the kind of the focus point with this is. It feels like there should be like a what is it, like not a chaos team, a critical team, or a team that kind of like is devoted to this particular stuff and how they kind of go about it. But I don't know how much resources are being pushed in different directions. Definitely feels like that's the case, because you kind of go, well, why are other games able to get, and games developers able to deal with this stuff fairly quickly, and Kabam is not? But maybe there's something more to this that meets the eye. Alliance Quest is not in a good place at the moment, and you might be saying, no, it's absolutely fine with me, and that's okay. But there are people out there that have had a lot of bad things happen to their AQ run, especially in the last AQ. Again, to further elaborate on this one, we did talk about this last week, the problem of not being able to get into an AQ, which means that if one person, multiple people aren't able to get into an AQ, or say a couple people aren't able to get into their AQ, it could really cause an effect of the rewards that you get at the end of the reward sequence, going, okay, well, one person's not able to do their path because this particular issue. And a few players last week were saying like they restarted and they still couldn't join the AQ. It's just a very, very bad situation. But even in the kind of like enlistment stage, that was causing an issue for some players as well. So there's a whole host of different things going on, including lag and other stuff. I mean, Kabam Jets put another the 29th saying, unfortunately, it's not as easy resetting it. We have to resolve the issue first, then discussions around what to do to aid the impacted alliances. Because the biggest thing about this was that people were unable to get the full inroads of rewards that they normally expect to get. You know, it's important. It's important for some alliances that, as you know, said here, that the Mandalorian is part of an alliance that does a top 20 finish each cycle, and that is, you know, hugely frustrating if these top alliances that put a lot of effort into this, and as well a lot of resource, because this is the other thing as well. There's 20, if it's one person that's affecting the rest of them, or it's, you know, a couple people, then it's still like the minority of people within an alliance are affecting the majority, and the majority are gonna, and everyone misses out on those key rewards. So it can feel like at the end of the week, at the end of the cycle, that they will lose out on what they've put time and effort in, and resource and potential spend to get where they are. And also the tickets, the kind of like entry tickets to kind of go into AQ. Again, that's another loss for kind of like these players. So something does need to be done. There's no further information or kind of like update in the situation, except for there's something on the top masthead saying there's a known AQ bug, where some encountered a bug during the last AQ. We're not allowed to start maps in certain days. We've been looking into the causes of problems, and once we have resolved it, we'll be exploring to make things right for impacted alliances. So yeah, they'll do something. Well, I hope they do something for this, because, you know, people are affected. Now onto the mystery of the push further calendar. as a lot of you know, we covered this, I think, like about a month, 2 months ago. It's a very kind of weird and kind of unusual calendar that Kabam kind of put out to kind of get people back in the game. A 7-day calendar which gave you a tier 2 alpha, some 6-star shards, I think that is. And then you've got other stuff like tier 4 CC, tier 5 CC, 1,000 6-star shards, and I think it's another tier 2 alpha, and then a 6-star crystal. Now, before anybody kind of like says about, you know, oh, this player forgot like this getting like missed the 6-star crystal, although they did say they kind of like did log in, so maybe there's something kind of going up there with the game. And there's a lot of stuff that do be wrong with MCOC. It was interesting to note like when and the length of time that you know, players are not in the game as to when they get this. And from what I gather, this seems to be about like the 1 year mark. So if you kind of like spend 1 year away from the game, like coming back to it, they kind of give you some resources in order to kind of go and, well, I say push further, but to be honest, all this stuff nowadays, if you're a Cavalier player as of July 2022, which, you know, when we get the new update, you'll have the improved rewards for Cavalier difficulty. All this stuff can be got like just in a month. So how much it pushes you further is very much debatable with that. I don't know, thoughts in the comment section. Do you think that the push further calendar is actually worth spending a year off from the game from what you lose from it? And for me, looking at it, I don't see any kind of great value in it, and I kind of feel like, as in a value from a sense of like, if you spent a year away from the game, like what, you know, how would this push you further? Especially if you were getting this as a Cavalier player, you kind of get, well, there's Thronebreak and Paragon now, or there's your Thronebreak and going, well, it should be Paragon now. So I don't know, thoughts in the comment section about this. Now we end on arena results for Sabretooth and Wiccan. Let's see how the results went down and also do some predictions for round 2. Right, let's go over results time. There's been some shocking, not so shocking. Okay, the Sabretooth arena, it's going to be a great opportunity to pick up a very low 6-star. So if you're looking to grab a 6-star and you want to front up, like, look, 36.6 mil got position 39 in the Sabretooth arena. There's a low 6-star cutoff here. That's a good opportunity for players. And also we're playing around with like more, there's like 60 more positions to kind of like still filled. And that's all the data we had. About 11 mil got a 5-star version of Sabretooth. That's great. Great opportunity for players to pick up a, you know, low grind 5-star and 6-star. And in Wiccan Arena, 229 mil got position 13, 203 mil got position 97, 62.1 mil got 213, 57.1, 274, and then 48.2, 437. So that's tight. That's really kind of like, well, it's not super tight. It's like there's a lot of kind of like, that's over like 15 mil between, what's like 60 positions. Just under that, really. It's like 59 positions, whatever. But you know, it's like that's crazy. That's crazy. Like difference there. And like 28 mil got position 1% to 5%, 14.26 to 10%. So like, if you want an opportunity for shards, you're gonna have to push a little bit further in that one. But I think if you want to go for the Sabretooth arena, it's a great opportunity. My predictions for round 2 are as follows: 200 mil for the 6-star Wiccan. And that probably have to be upgraded, to be honest. We're looking at the state of it now. 205. 5-star Wiccan, 50 mil. That makes sense. 6-star Sabretooth, 36 mil. I'm sticking with from the round 1 prediction I did. And 12 mil for the 5-star set. Good luck with anybody doing a grind. And thanks to everybody that submitted results by DM, community tab, Twitter, and the Discord arena results tab. And before we end the show, I want to give a massive thank you to those that support the channel as a YouTube member and as a patron. On screen now, thank you so much for giving me that love and support each and every month. It's very much appreciated. Also, those that support on twitch.tv/RichTheMan live should be live streaming tonight, he says, but I'm actually feeling a little bit under the weather, so might be not, but hopefully get to see you then. If not, look out for regular MCOC and Fall Guys streams coming very, very soon. Also, make sure to catch up with some other content which will be on screen. We've got a couple of really cool videos looking at how I grinded out the amount of units I did in a short space of time. I look forward to making that particular 2-parter series, and I'll see you in the next one whenever that be. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.